Insert disc 2.
This is a group talk. You know how they have all skate? This is all talk. This is what this is. You remember skating?
I remember. I was there every weekend, man. Every weekend.
Did you ever split your pants?
No.
That happened to me one time. I'll never forget. It was Jay Giles' band, Freeze Frame, was playing.
I do like that song.
Right.
We play that in the band,
and that used to get me fired up for some skating.
Yeah,
I'd be out there, and I was like, I'm going to be the best skater. I'm doing my moves. And then I was wearing tight jeans at the time. They were getting tighter, and I did a full split and ripped those suckers. So I'm at the skate rink. My dad ain't coming for 2 more hours, and I got ripped pants. So what do? Well,
you just roll with it, man.
You stand outside and look like a doofus.
Oh, you didn't roll with it.
I was not too cool for school, I assure you. No, I did not roll with it. I rolled all right. I folded up like Superman on laundry day is what I did.
You know, when I was coming of age at the skate arena, that was when the rollerblades were big.
You're kidding. They let you use those at the skate arena?
Yep.
Did you ever have a pair of
rented?
those?
No, I always rented.
You rented
the
rollerblades?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Man, it was the most painful experience of my life. Because, I've got jacked up feet.
Yeah.
And I could be on roller skates okay, but the way my ankles turn in with those rollerblades, I was wearing them anyway. I didn't care.
How big a shoe do you wear, Both?
About 13.
That's you got a huge foot.
Yeah.
So what? As a kid, I'm guessing still pretty big.
I was still pretty big.
You're wearing the adult shoes.
Yeah. I should have just gone with the roller skates.
I've never been on a rollerblade before. They didn't invent those.
Right.
Did you go to the skate arena there in the valley?
Oh yeah, that's the only
church?
one that I ever knew. It's the only skate arena I've ever been to.
I played a lot of good video games down there.
So this is John Anderson's Rally Speedway.
Okay.
I think you'll enjoy this.
Okay.
This is it's a top-down racing game, and I believe that the only control is left and right.
Okay.
And you push the button for the brake.
Okay, that sounds good.
So go ahead and maybe hit your button. Yep. There we go.
Let's go with dry roads to start off here. Okay, let's. Yeah, that sounds good. Normal. Let's do that. And then
I think we want to go with slow acceleration.
Okay.
And then just go up to start the race at the top.
All right. So while we're playing this, here's what I want to talk about. So I've got this, and this is for you in the chat as well. I'm blue. Okay. So we've got this computer club meeting coming up, and it occurred to me. Oh yeah, I've seen this before. Yeah, the little guy goes on fire. Mm-hmm. So it occurred to me, like I used to go to user group meetings back in the day, right? I would go to Coco or even Amiga would get together a little bit, a few people. And so, but what did you do at a users meeting? Like, have you ever been to one?
I've been to Amiga Ireland.
No, but that's not a users meeting like you have in your neighborhood. That's all.
No, I've never been to a neighborhood user meeting.
So what did we used to do at these things? And I put this in the chat room. Some people have guest speakers and stuff like Amiga Bill, this real fancy ones, but we didn't do that. We sit around and copied software. Mm-hmm. That's all we did. Right. When you got together, you talked, you showed off your rig, right? Mm-hmm. And then you copied software. A lot of times on the PC, that's what we did. So it occurred to me that I've got the entire Atari library on an SD card, for example. Like, I've got all this stuff that you could copy it, because back in the day, copying discs would take like hours, I'd sit at my buddy's house, and we would copy Amiga discs for hours, And so, and that's what we did while we were copying, and we would chat. That's what you did, right? So it's 2018 or 19, I should say. And so what do you do at the meeting? Because no one there is going to need anything you've got, right? And I don't program, so it's not like I'm going to be bringing some awesome new program to show everybody like how great a program, because we're low end, Bode, unfortunately. So what do you do at these meetings? And so I put that to the chat room and you. What do you do at a users meeting? Here let me just set the stage. So we walk in the room. We get the computers set up, 4 or 5 computers. Maybe some guys bring some computers. Everybody's in there chatting. You bring the meeting to order, and you say what? Like, what do you do?
Well, for me, I'll tell you what I did at Amiga Ireland. I just sat around and played a bunch of games and talked to people. Like, I don't think we need to have, a big organized thing. I think people will just be happy to get out, get to know some new folks, bring their computer out, give it some air, let other people play your stuff. I'm excited to give a bunch of people the first opportunity. Most of them have had to play the Spectrum.
Yeah.
Same thing with your computer. I mean, Atari computers were big, but I guarantee you there'll be some people at the meeting that have never, used an Atari computer before. That only know the VCS or whatever.
I bet plenty of people have not seen an Amiga.
Right.
In fact, the majority have probably. I'd say the Atari was much more. I know it was much more common. So, but I mean that. So basically, it's just a social meeting. In your opinion, what do you guys think in the room there? I mean, any of you guys actually involved in a user group meeting, and what do you do there? See, look at that. Scroll down there for a minute. Oh yeah, Duncan. They bought 100 blanks and you roll in.
Yeah, he said that he never went to a user group meeting. These were just at festivals, which are basically just like copy fests. That's what they were. I mean, there were some I'll hear it always. I read, and when I'm doing research for ARG, I'll be doing research. It's like, oh, so and so is at the California Beverly Hills user meeting. They brought their new operating system in. Well, that never happens.
Right.
In West Virginia, nobody programmed nothing for nobody.
John says he's thinking of bringing his A500 and Cisco 841 router to interface with the Amiga.
Okay, now see, there you go. Yep. John's the star now.
And Craig says it's just a chance to socialize with like-minded people.
Here's another question along those lines. Those are good answers, and keep those coming in if you got an opinion on it. So I had a guy ask me. I've got a friend named Adam. Adam is a local arcade. In fact, he's the guy that we got Whodunit from, the pinball machine that we've got. Adam asked if he could bring his kids. Now, I hadn't even thought about the possibility somebody would bring their kids to this meeting, and I told him what I told him was, listen, I wouldn't bring your, and this is a shoot, I'm not lying. I wouldn't bring your kids to this first meeting. I don't know who's going to be here because you don't, and hey, you never know.
Right.
You don't know who's going to show up. This could be some kind of bunch of crazy guys. What do you think about the kids at the users meetings?
Oh, I'm all for it. As long as they're old enough to know instinctively not to just break everything they touch.
His kids, I think the age group is, you're talking 9 or 10.
Yeah, to me that's fine. That's fine.
What do you guys think in the chat? I don't know about the kids. I'll be honest with you, I don't know. Plus, the place we're going to have the meeting is right beside the bar, and I can envision a lot of people heading over to the bar afterwards.
Well, sure, but obviously the kids would not join in that part of the meeting.
That's true. This is awesome, by the way.
Isn't it good?
This. Yeah. So you're okay with kids? You do like the kids, and you're okay with the kids.
If you want to make this hobby go beyond, you've got to include people. Like I said, it depends on the kids.
And what about the fact that you've got antique equipment there?
Oh, give me a break.
Hey, I'm just saying. I've been around kids and antique equipment.
I don't know much about kids, Aaron. Why don't you tell me?
Oh, now listen, you're getting nasty there. But your kids are tiny little kids.
9 or 10. That's just about the age that I get them, Aaron.
Do you have a bunch of antique computer equipment at school?
No, but I've got instruments that cost tens of thousands of dollars, more than any computer we've ever used.
They're less likely to want to go
to
dump a eliminator.
That's the first thing that I said. I said as long as they're at the age of where they don't immediately want to break everything they see, then it's fine.
See, I'm with Edvin on that one. I am less.
Edvin says bring the kids, wife, lover, or whatever. You're with him?
No, but the kids are like drunk adults. That's the part I saw.
Well, there'll be drunk adults there too. So
no, they'll
fit right. It'll fit right in. I'll be drunk.
Oh my God! You can't drink at the dojo. That violates the spirit of the dojo. No. Actually, I guess I don't think you can. I guess I drink in there all the time. Not booze, but pop or whatever. Yeah, I'm in there drunk all the time in karate. Put him in the arm bar.
That's what I'd have to do to attend those martial arts classes.
Why? You're a martial artist?
Yeah, but it would be torture to just sit there and watch. Wouldn't like it.
I talk to the other parents. We chat, and since I'm almost always the only guy there, so I chat with the ladies about there. Oh yeah, and it's so that's what it is. So. Do you have anything that you would like to see happen at this thing aside from just general chatting and game plan?
I do not have much of a social life. I know that this shocks you.
What a move.
So I'm eager to just get out there and meet some new folk. A lot of these people I know their faces from Facebook because they're all involved in the arcade collecting community. I'm just eager to have a place to go hang out, play games, and talk. To me, that's enough. It's more than enough.
It should be. You put something like this together, and really I haven't pushed it that much. I mean, I put a couple of messages, I guess as the days roll on. But it really, I don't have any idea of how many people are going to show up or anything. And it's been so long since I was involved in a computer club. Like I said, I had to sit around. I mean, it sounds like I'm just making small talk, but I was pondering this stuff. Like, good Lord, what are we going to do? I mean, you can demonstrate systems for people that don't know. I mean, that's kind of fun. This is the first meeting, so we can kind of make plans. I would like to have a speaker talk about something. I mean, I think it's neat to learn about different systems. Plus, I've done all this research for ARG. I can just go get my old scripts and break them back out and be like, hey, let's talk.
Yeah, I think we should definitely poll the users to see if they want to hear speakers.
What are you saying? You don't want to hear me speak at this thing?
I'm just saying that there were some speakers at Amiga Ireland that were more popular than others.
Oh, this is not Amiga Ireland. That
and you're not Volker Vertic either.
You're damn straight. I'm damn sure. Because that's just the name is awesome. But I'm just saying. I think it's what you don't want to learn nothing. I mean, look at what the Guru Boys do. They've got speakers and demonstrations.
It's a different thing, man.
Why? Why is that different?
Those guys have been at it non-stop since the 90s.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Boat.
That's true.
You know.
Like I said, I think we should poll the folks that show up, see what they want to do. Congratulations, man! You won.
Yeah, that's a good game. That's a who suggested that one?
That was me.
That was a good one. I like
there
that
is
one.
Somebody suggested a game called Panther. Let me see if I've got that on the card.
I like the flaming guys. He runs out of the car.
Very, very cool.
I wonder if that game got ported or anything, buddy.
It did. C64. Somebody
else.
else.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I did not know that.
So Paul Necronom says he did a retro gaming thing at the school he works at, but the kids were much more interested in his PS4 and PS3 than all the retro stuff he'd set up, which sounds par for the course.
You know, I guess because Luke's around it all the time. Mm-hmm. But he will watch, like, he came in the other day and I was playing Super Punch-Out, all right, on on that new Pi build I was telling you about. Mm-hmm. And he thought that was pretty funny. So he'll play the old stuff with me. Mm-hmm. That said, he likes to play, like, we've been playing Lego.
Let me see if I can put that on the card.
We've been playing Lego Hobbit, the Hobbit
right.
Lego game. Mm-hmm. He likes that. But he'll go back and play some of that stuff. I love, whoever just typed that about Walker, your name went away before I could read it. I love Walker, and that was such a great game. That I don't know why Boat hated it so much.
It's the worst game I've ever played.
That is not true. You just say that stuff to get on my nerve. By the way, someone on the Facebook group this week got a box copy of Lionheart.
Really?
And
I know somebody that's got a box copy of Lionheart.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a shame you never did that unboxing video in gratitude.
Oh, hey, I've got plenty of material, all right? But someone tagged me in it, and they said, you can be in the Lionheart fan club just like Aaron on the Amigos. Sure enough, I had to chime in.
Wow.
What a great gift.
What's it like being famous?
I don't know. When you got to Ireland, did the people, the throngs... come out and mob you when you got off the plane?
Well, until the point when they brought out that chair on the slats, I wasn't sure. But after that,
wouldn't that be awesome? The chair looks like your king, the king of Amiga Ireland.
I'm sure that's got a name. What do they call it? A litter?
I thought that was more like what's the thing that's just the way they hold up the chair at the bar mitzvahs.
Oh yeah, like the most interesting man in the world or whatever.
Yeah. Hey, something I meant to mention. Hey, and you in the chat may or may not find this interesting, but I thought it was interesting.
Sorry you haven't been able to see Aaron this whole time, by the way.
That's all right. You never miss anything. So, I'm doing research for this ARG show this weekend, right? And there's an Amiga connection, Boat. An Amiga connection.
Okay.
So, and I'll just spill the beans for you on the chat. That doesn't matter. The game I picked this week was Revenge from Mars, which is Revenge from Mars was the first Pinball 2000 game released. If you're ever familiar with the Pinball 2000s, I'm sure you saw them.
I've seen them before.
They were the stubby pinballs that had that hood on them.
Right.
So, Pinball 2000 was designed by the guys at Williams to save pinball at Williams because they were getting ready to get rid of it. And so they had the concept down, and so they made this thing. They made this a pinball machine basically in their old garage. These George Gomez and a couple other guys. And so, what did they use to power this machine? Bam, Amiga. The very first Pinball 2000 prototype ran with an Amiga.
That's awesome.
And awesome. I saw pictures of it. I think it was an Amiga 3000. I think's what it was.
Hey, in case you're wondering what I'm doing right now, I am copying the entire TOSEC Atari 8-bit archive onto this compact flash
I've got
card.
that. Now, here's the caveat to that. Inside each one of those game folders is like 12 games. So your mileage may vary. In fact, I've got to go through and prune one at some point. But yeah, they're great. That's a great collection. But anyway, it was neat to think that the Pinball 2000, which unfortunately failed, was the original prototype powered by an Amiga 12 or Amiga 3000, I think. Which I thought that was cool. And it was I think it was George Gomez's Amiga. He had it stuck in his garage. That's why they used it.
Is he the Pinball 2000 guy?
He's amongst the couple guys that came up with the concept for Pinball 2000.
Now Brent hates Pinball 2000, right?
No, actually, I think he hates I don't think he hates it. We'll find out. To be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure about his attitude. If you've ever played a Pinball 2000 machine that was properly aligned and working, they're quite brilliant. But there are plenty of pinball purists who don't like them because the table's smaller. It's got these added video game elements that they didn't enjoy. I can understand it too.
Why don't we play a quick game on the Spectrum while we're waiting for this to go over?
Look, it's got all the footsteps I've ever had since I've been wearing this thing.
You ever take it off?
Yeah, I do. In fact, I forgot to wear it the last 2 days.
Oh. So yes, I was gonna say because they make those things so you can like take a shower in them and stuff like that.
See what Duncan wrote. Yeah, you're right. Now there's no fast load cartridge for the old tape.
No.
You got freaking
No.
Now, I don't think a ZX disk drive was very common, was it, at the time?
I don't think so, because remember the Sam Coupe, was one of the big selling points was that it had the cassette drive.
Well, no, that wasn't what it was, because they had those dual floppies.
Oh.
But it didn't have them when you bought it.
Oh, okay.
Idiots.
So it didn't come with a cassette drive.
Man, I'd like to get me one of them Sam Coupes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. That thing. Now, why are you monkeying with it, bro?
I know.
Put that down.
I know. Okay, you're in.
All right. Oh, we can play two people. Oh,
yeah,
we can't.
it's alternating. So what we want...
What do I need to do?
Is we want to go Kempston, we want to go 2-player,
uh-huh.
we want to go start game.
All right.
Now,
what do I do in this game?
Okay, so in this game, hit your button. Okay.
Oh, sure, here we go.
So you want to collect the jet parts. Just basically run over the jet part or the rocket part, and then drop it on top of the other one. No, that one's already in place. Yeah.
Okay, now I got it. Oh, it's sort of like Defender meets Blueprint.
Okay.
What?
I've never played Blueprint.
Oh, boat. Are you kidding me, dude? Now what do I do?
Okay, now you're going to collect all the fuel and drop the fuel in there.
What is that?
That's points.
Oh, don't want to be on that side of the screen. Get out of there.
Now you can traverse the sides of the screen. You can got one in and
yeah, I can tell that was a bad idea, though, because that's where you can't see what's going on.
Henrik says it's also a bit Section Z. Are you familiar with Section Z?
I've heard of Section Z, but I don't remember. Oh, what is that?
That's points.
Okay.
There's like joules.
Is there a way to make the fuel go down faster, or you just have to wait, I guess?
Yeah.
I like when it rains joule and fuel in the air. Oh, look at that. Double trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, man. How am I doing so far? I feel like
you're doing pretty good.
What was that? Like a nuke thing?
Yeah, that's his points.
Oh, no.
Oh, all right.
Man, I had a good thing going.
You did. Too. That was very good. I've rarely done as well as you did in that time.
This reminds me of, you ever played Super Cobra? These little meteors remind me of that level. Oh, you've died already. God, what the heck happened there? Come on, give me the love. Let's go. Here we go.
The chat is very impressed with your skill at this game, by the way.
Thank you. Hey, I've got the tools. I've got the talent. Also, I've gotten lucky in some of these drops, admittedly. Okay, now we just play the...
Now go down to the rocket. Blast off.
Does it matter about the meteors?
No,
it doesn't.
You're free and clear.
That's not too bad, Aaron.
No. I've only done that one time ever.
You see, that's a proper game, by the way. That's a proper game. It's got multiple play modes. You guys gather. So, what's happening here?
Hit the button. There you go.
No, but my rocket's built, so now I just kind of,
Oh, no, you just do the same thing over and over
again. You see those fuzzy guys? What the heck was that?
Yeah, it gets harder.
They blindsided me there. This was a huge game back in the day, you know? The game, the thing about the Spectrum, it's got real smooth, quick
The games move so much faster than I thought they would.
Yeah, man. You see the video of this thing, you can't, really ascertain. Now, this is fully PAL, so there's no weird NTSC speed up or anything. I mean, it's just straight up. I'm going to go home and play this on the emulator and see how it compares. I like the look of it, though. You know, we didn't have a lot of games that looked like this either.
The bright colors.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not just, it's just the way that's sectioned off. It's just, it's strange. It's a very strange game in terms of look. I mean, the Spectrum has a unique look.
Mm-hmm. I thought I was done.
See you later, John. Give your mom our best on her birthday. And by the way, you're the only person around that can go to Radio Shack for parts anymore. Thank you, Andrew.
Oh.
I like how you get to hit the button before it starts, I guess.
Where are you going? Where are you going to Radio Shack to get? Is there a Radio Shack still around here?
John says he's going to Radio Shack.
Maybe there's still
one.
See,
my rocket's built. All I've got to do is put fuel in that sucker.
Yeah.
This is like you're getting attacked by like tribbles.
Yeah.
Or germs.
We've got little eyes. Canal City, there's still a Radio Shack. Crazy.
I knew there was one around here, but I didn't know where.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh,
that guy wanted me.
Yeah.
He wanted to take care of my business there.
I'm ready for action. All I got to do is.
You should have got that points, dude.
It's my own fault.
Take it easy, Pixel Vixen, man. Oh, Pixel Vixen, you're staying John's lead. Well, that's dandy. Be good, John. Think of what we're gonna do at the meeting, John.
Yeah, I can't wait to see your.
He's got a
your get up with getting the 500 online with that Cisco router.
He does all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah,
he does a lot of crazy audio stuff too. I mean, he's a real audiophile. He dropped a pair of 3D glasses off of my house that he's going to use to see ghosts.
Wow.
Yeah, that's on the list. I told Teresa she should use that.
Oh shoot!
What's happening?
We have an issue with the Kimston interface. Hold on. This may or may not break the game. Okay.
How did you not die right there? That is a modern miracle.
That's the skill of the
your
champion.
guy was scooting along like he fell asleep at the wheel. What is that? Is that just a? Is that a cartridge slot or a port? Slot?
It's the only port. It's like a. It's the edge of the board is what it is. That's all it is. It's just the edge of the motherboard.
Oh, I like this setup here. Let me go.
So you're having pepperoni pizza, Pixel? That sounds pretty good.
My mom's fixing me dinner tonight, so I'm not gonna complain.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where's Teresa at tonight?
They went out to eat with them. They usually go with their mom.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Since I'm here.
Do they have a go-to place?
They don't. I really don't. They just go to different spots.
Man, I hate it that Graziano's is gone.
Yeah, that place was nice. Oh no, you don't, punk.
So you're good at playing the game. That puts you in an advantage.
Oh man, that was luck right there. I'll admit it. Get the heck out of here. Go down.
John says maybe we can ask the Huck about figuring out the VGA sync for the glasses.
That's 2, brother.
Beer and pizza, the best thing on Friday. You're right, Pixel. Nothing can beat that.
This is great. I really like this. Could have been straight in the arcade.
Oh yeah.
You could have vectored this too. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking Lunar Lander.
Yep, absolutely.
We take very little.
This would be a great port to the Vectrix.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It'd be more vertical than this, but it would work. It wouldn't be colorful, obviously, but you could even use that. You know what you could do, and to see how the different levels have different colors. You could do the same thing
with an overlay.
That's right.
Yeah.
Make it happen, Bo.
All right, I'm on it.
How many Vectrix programmers we got in here? we will do whatever it takes to make someone else do the work and then play it. We'll give it billing on the show.
I was on my stream last time. There was a guy on here. He programmed a modern version of Lunar Lander, which is the sequel to this game.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's called Lunar Lander?
It's called Lunar Lander.
But there's already a Lunar Lander.
Maybe it's not called Lunar Lander. I'm thinking of a different. It's not called Lunar Lander. It's called Lunar Jetman.
Okay, that's
Lunar Lander is the other thing. But anyway, he's like, yeah, I programmed this thing. I haven't checked it out yet, but it looks awesome.
I got greedy. That was my fault.
All right, now the comeback begins. I just wanted to see what I needed to face here. Now.
Is this where you take me to school?
That's right.
That guy, he's that red one. He's like Speedy.
He's like it's like the red ghost.
So we're on the same wavelength there. Can you get into your ship? Oh man!
Look at that!
You got a ways to go on the scoreboard there, dude.
Well,
Doodly.
I got to start shooting the monsters more. Let's see.
Retro Tech and Toys says good version of this on the Rare Replay on the Xbox. That's the Rare compilation.
On the original Xbox or the
on the 360 or the Xbox One actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know the Ultimate Play the game. That's the company that made this. They went on to become Rare.
No kidding.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you got.
Okay.
There was a gem in the ball.
All right, we got to try the Rainbow Islands.
I got time for one more. All right. I got time for one more.
Especially now that
this was a tremendous purchase you got here. This monitor. This takes care of business.
Yeah,
for you.
I love this thing. All right.
Don't pet the monitor, Boat.
I can't help it.
Going in a weird area there.
I spend more time in front of this monitor than I do any human being. That's normal, right? Rainbow Islands.
Oh yeah, John's got a good idea. We should ask Huck about that. He's got a very wacky plan for these 3D glasses and goes. I told Teresa she's to get her ghost group together and meet at the dojo, sort of like the computer club.
Right.
Get the guy some extra bucks. Trying to motivate her to get it going. I think it'd be fun.
Because she's got a pretty big group, right?
No, she has none. There's no group. Her group broke up a long time ago.
What happened?
People had lives and got kids and the usual stuff that makes it happen.
No infighting though, right?
No, I don't think so. I think they'll get along. But also they're on Huntington, and they didn't want to do any jobs up here in the valley.
Oh.
Is that
I was going to say that may cause an error in the loading. Hit the home button. Hit the home button.
Hey, Granny. Hey, Granny. No, I'm finishing up the show, Granny. I'm wondering if you're on the show right now. Uh-oh. No, what's going on? Sorry about that, Granny. There's a weird thing on my phone. I'll have her give you a call when I get in. All right, bye-bye. I'm leaving here in a few minutes. Sorry about that sound. Bye-bye.
Sorry. I was not expecting it to continue to load.
I said I can't see, Bo.
I know. I need to...
I'm sure that'll keep loading.
Pick right up where it left off.
I'm talking. I don't know if you guys can hear that. But we're talking all of a sudden.
the classic modem sound.
The spectrum gain that you're allowed to talk to Granny too.
All right.
This is a comedy of errors here. It's funny when she rang in, I couldn't figure out how to get to the phone.
Right. Because the program had taken over the phone.
Hey, can anyone identify my ringtone for extra points? I'm sure they can hear it.
What's going on here?
What's that mean?
I don't know. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, Edwin's got a very good point there. Oh, Duncan got it, of course. Yeah, Paul. Okay, fine. Here, I'll give you double points. I got this, and it's from a classic computer. So what computer rendered that version of Airwolf?
Oh,
this is doubly hard.
I have to decide with it. Shoot.
You're good, Hendrick. Yep, all you guys. In fact, do you remember our good buddy Flack, Jack Flack, it was Darewolf, yes. Our buddy Jack Flack used to do a show called Sprite Castle. And he had a bunch of ringtones, C64 ringtones up on his webpage. And I grabbed that after the episode. He talked about it, man. And that's what been my ringtone for years. Anybody ever watch that show? I'm assuming some people did, so they knew the song. Did you ever watch Airwolf?
That's the helicopter one, right? No. I think I was scared of Airwolf.
Airwolf's a helicopter.
I know.
What's it going to do?
It was flying right at me.
Oh, jeez. You're nuts.
Wasn't that the helicopter the A-Team flew around in?
The A-Team, number one, didn't fly. They had a van. So,
but I thought BA didn't like to fly.
He didn't like to fly, but they didn't fly. They usually flew in planes. But they had a van. It was a black van with a big red stripe on the side.
But it didn't turn into a helicopter or anything crazy.
Jan Michael Vincent. Correct. Glad to see that show went all over the world. Airwolf.
Was there a movie? An Airwolf movie?
There was not. There was not.
What about, was Blue Thunder?
That's another helicopter movie. That's right.
That's a movie though, right?
That is. What was that?
That was this.
Oh. Yeah, that was a. What do you got? Don't tell me you got somebody coming in for a piano lesson.
No.
That's right before we load this up.
Steam has let me know I still have Lunar New Year tokens, whatever that means.
But yeah, Blue Thunder was. In fact, I watched that at my birthday party, and I remember I was very impressed because it had nudity in it.
Really?
As I recall. Yeah. So. Ooh, look at that.
Animation.
Hey, Graft Gold. We've covered them.
That was
Where's the animation? I don't see it.
See it? See it flowing? See the water?
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought that was just a loading glitch.
One person's loading glitch.
Now, do you remember Street Hawk?
That one I really don't remember.
Street Hawk used to come on NBC. I think it was right around the same time they did Manimal.
Okay,
remember
I'm familiar
Manimal?
with Manimal.
And in Street Hawk, there was a motorcycle, and but the motorcycle could fly. And here's how: it could only fly straight up, and you had to do donuts like this, and it would lift off the ground.
Was this like Mask?
It was like crap. That's what it was. Street Hawk.
What was worse, Street Hawk or Manimal?
Automan. That's another. Automan was better than Street Hawk and Manimal. Manimal, I thought, had endless potential because the guy could become an animal.
Right.
Street Hawk, not so much. Street Hawk was like Knight Rider on a motorbike.
I was going to say, was
lamer.
Knight Rider came first, right?
Oh yeah, they were all ripping it off. Now Automan, now you've seen that. Automan is the show where the Automan was this computer-generated guy. And he had Cursor with him, and he could be like Cursor, bam, and Cursor would make him the Automan plane or the Automan car.
What was Cursor?
Cursor was a little glowing, like it was Cursor, like a keyboard cursor.
Sure.
It was a little glowing ball.
Did it just like float in the air?
You said, Manimal scared you, Styles? Good lord. Yeah, it floated around, and it would be like, I need the Automan, like the Automan helicopter.
Oh, so Automan.
And it would draw it, like almost like in like vectors, and you'd get in it.
So Automan was not a man that could turn into an automobile.
No.
Okay.
But in fact, I don't know why they called it that. But the thing about this car, no, we talked about this, but when the car made turns, it didn't slow down or curve. It just went like this. Like it
Just
literally
like
like
a jackknife.
It was a lot like the speeder bikes in Tron, and it's the way. So he'd have a human with him in the car, and every time it turned, they'd show the human go like and slash him against the windshield.
Cool.
It was
I like
funny.
that.
Automan was pretty good.
Yeah.
And it was.
We've never talked about Automan before. I've never.
And the helicopter was neon lined like vectors too, but they were real vehicles. They just made it look cool. It didn't last, you know. It was fun. Yeah. See. Showed his nose. Oh man, that was so funny. That was that era where they were just trying to capture some kind of weird market. I don't know what they were going for. The vehicle market. I don't know what Automan was going for. Oh my gosh, stop the tape.
Yep, stop the tape.
Does that mean it's done?
That means it's done.
It's funny, on the Coco, I believe, I'm trying to think if the thing could actually control the tape deck.
Look how good that looks.
It's an actual noise. I can hear sound.
Yeah. All right, here you go.
Okay, now can we play two pairs in this one as well?
I don't think so. We gotta figure out how to coin it up here. I hit 5. You're obviously not up on the
This
main.
is not. You'd think they would have something. How about 1? Try that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll try the other numbers too.
Somebody want to help us on this one? How do you start the space bar, maybe?
I tried space.
Where is the space bar? Oh, wow.
Right where you'd expect.
Who designed that keyboard?
Someone that didn't do a lot of typing.
Is this where you hit the button that resets it accidentally?
Yeah.
Maybe if I hit this over.
Oh, up joystick.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Thanks, Pixel.
Look at that.
Insect Island.
You know, I'm horrible at this
Look
game.
at.
Let's see here. Oh, okay. Whoops. Looks pretty. There's a little color clash there, isn't there?
Yeah.
The rainbows, ironically, are not the least bit colorful.
I guess it's better to have the colorful stage than a.
Oh, damn. Aw.
You know, I actually prefer not hearing that "Somewhere Over the Rainbow" 400
Why?
times in a row.
Aw. I like that song. Oh. I'm doing okay.
What would you say the all-time greatest TV series of the 80s was?
The the all-time. That doesn't make any sense. The all-time greatest.
Your
of
favorite.
The 80s.
What is your favorite? What do you consider to be the all-time greatest?
Well, I'm trying to think what I go back and watch the most from. In the 80s, that's a long time. There's a big gap in there. Hurry. My God, what do you want from me, Dan?
You did it. Goal in. Get those watermelons.
You know, when I was a kid, if you'd asked me in the 80s, I'd say something like Dukes of Hazzard. I used to watch it, but I mean, I watch that now, and it's just the dirt worst.
Was that the 80s or was that the late 70s?
No, that was the 80s. You really don't know.
No, because I was like 2 in the 80s.
Well, I think that's appalling, to be honest with you. I liked... Oh, shoot. I mean, MASH was good. I mean, a lot of people like MASH, and I liked MASH an awful lot. Even as a kid, I used to watch it.
MASH was off by like 1981. It was the last.
It was still the 80s. Was it really, or are you just making that up?
No, it was mostly.
How do you know that?
I know more about MASH than I do Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, man. You see here, you take it, man.
It says...
Shogun. That thing scared the crap out of me.
Knight Rider?
No, Shogun, the miniseries, because they boiled that guy alive in oil. That was really scary as a kid. I didn't like that. What did I watch in the 80s that I loved the most? I got to really think about that. Like I said, I watched the Dukes of Hazzard, Knight Rider. I watched a show called, The Master. I love that show. They took that off. It was the one that had Lee Van Cleef as the ninja.
Was it like Sidekicks with Chuck Norris and that kid? Because I love that show.
It was way better than that. That was so lame.
What?
That was such a lame
I love
series.
that show.
In fact, Ninja gets made fun of in Mr. Nine Theater, but I like that show. So I would say that was up there. Whiz Kids, I watched that. I like that show a lot where the kids in the computer solve crimes. You can see what I was into. I used to watch Greatest American Hero. I watched that one back when it was on. That was pretty fun.
What was the plot of that? It was a kid, right?
No, Greatest American Hero was a story about a man who finds a suit, a super suit.
Okay.
It's red with this weird symbol on it and a cape. And these aliens leave it for the betterment of humanity.
Oh.
Okay. The problem is they lose the instruction booklet that came with it. And so the whole show is this guy trying to figure out how to use this suit. And so the government has like a government liaison they send with him to try to help him. But he literally flies like an idiot. He crash lands. Like, some powers will show up at certain times. So that was the funny part of the premise.
So it's kind of a little bit of comedy.
It was mostly comedy.
Okay.
Wackiness. He couldn't land right. So that was a pretty fun one. We never got Nightmare here.
No, but we watched it.
Yeah, we watched that one.
Yeah, there was a show like Nightmare. There was it was called there was Nick Arcade, where you went into, it wasn't really the same. I'm just thinking about like green screen type, puts you in the action type things. No, there really wasn't anything like Nightmare where you had to solve like riddles. I don't think there were that many intellectual kids shows.
Oh, shoot. No. I mean, I'm trying to think what we had. They had that. What was that crap with Nickelodeon?
That's what I was saying. Nick Arcade.
What was that? Something of the Stone.
Yeah, the
Legend of the something.
Legend of the Hidden Temple. There was stuff like that, but
good night, Edwin. Gosh, it's probably super late over there, isn't it? I don't know what time it is here. Oh yeah, you got to take this thing in, take it to the house.
All right.
Shortly. I'll see how far you can get here. This is a decent rendition.
Oh, yeah.
Show, isn't it? I mean, if you bought this, you'd be cool with it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Look at this. It's the boss. I don't know how to defeat him. That's not how you defeat him.
You can see, it's funny playing these games.
Way to go here.
It's funny. You can see how why this system is endearing to people because
the games hold up. Like they're not the most graphically impressive, but the gameplay is there.
Oh man, he did me good and proper there. That's it.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for hanging out with us super late.
Yeah.
Yeah, and next week we'll hit the Atari Hard and Heavy since we have the whole 2-set collection on there. So, anyway,
thanks for sticking with us.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We will see you later on. Discord, folks. We'll see you in the Discord. Bye-bye.
Adios.
Adios.